Klein Alley Show. How long would you survive if you went on a hike and things didn't go according to plan and your Apple Watch isn't working and you make a left instead of a right and then you find yourself, as Weezer says here, lost in the woods. Lost in the woods. Because it seems like this is the season where that is happening more and more and more.
Well, yeah, that happened with in Joshua Tree, that couple. They were like on a day hike and they almost died. They had to get helicopter rescued. And then there was that other guy who just got rescued after 10 days and he was drinking a gallon of water every single day. That's how he lived.
And I also think, and there has been no proof of this yet, but because of how easy it is to get edibles now, mushrooms, etc. And I think that people go like, well, this hike is going to be boring. What can we do to make it less boring? And someone says, we'll take a handful of edibles. Great idea. It is that much more likely that you will realize that we have no idea where the hell we are. And at that point, either you're one of these people that does what you're supposed to do, I think, which is just like stay put and hope that someone finds you, or you just keep going.
Well,
these are also the people that go. They don't stay on the path. They don't stay on the trail. These are like, I'm so experienced. I'm going to literally create my own path, and then that's why they get lost, right?
See,
Allie, or no?
I think that there are a couple things happening, both having to do with phones. Number one, influencers and Instagram makes us feel like we need to veer off the beaten path to get a cool cliff picture.
And that's a fact.
Then we're lost.
That's a fact.
Secondly,
if anyone sees a path in your picture, loser. If there's any path or semblance of a path.
Unless there's like a cool tree bridge.
Yeah, listen, I've seen these people that take pictures. When there's a path there, I go, loser. You got to be in the middle of the woods. You go, all right, that person's cool.
Exactly.
They know what they're doing.
Secondly, nobody is used to finding their own way anymore because of Google Maps. Everyone is just mindlessly following a map that is on their phone in front of their faces. So as soon as you're left to your own devices out in the wilderness, if you don't have reception or something, I think people get lost more than ever now out on hikes because they're so dependent on GPS.
So let's see how
And their phone has a stupid compass.
Yeah,
like, use that.
You would think that would, but once again, once our phone dies, gets overheated, batteries, or you're out of range.
Exactly. Having an actual compass is the best thing, but a lot of people don't know how to read those.
Would not have any idea what that even meant or did. I would probably throw it or try to use it to, I don't know, eat it or something. I think that's what
it's pretty easy to use, man.
But Omar, it wouldn't matter to me because even if I say, okay, that's north.
You would drink the water inside
that means
of it.
Nothing to me. He'd break it out. Real survival man stuff here. Yeah. And it's poisonous, so that would probably kill him.
Whatever. So I want to go out. Good final meal. Oh, man, I'm in the mood for some north. I'm going to eat some north. I don't know what that, even if I had a compass, I'm saying, and it said, like, I don't even know. I've lived in LA since 2006. If someone said, I'm lost in the wilderness or up in the canyons, I wouldn't know if I have to go north, south, east, or west. It would mean I have to go down, probably.
Well, here's the thing, and we can do a little quiz here to determine how long you guys would survive in the wilderness.
5 minutes.
Just question number one, if you could only take one object with you on your hike other than water, what would you take? What is the one object you should take that will help you the most?
Well, clearly one of those delicious compasses we just talked about. Yummy. The one other item with me on the hike. Well, is there a right answer?
Yes.
Oh,
there's a top 5, but I would say there is a clear number 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Xbox?
No, you don't have.
And this is aside from your hiking gear that you already have, like good shoes and clothes and stuff.
Shoes and clothes you have, and you have water.
Those are all okay.
What is the one item you get?
What?
Is there one item you already get or no?
I said water.
Just water.
Okay, water. I wouldn't take.
You're
that.
already dead, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
I would not take water. I would bring
vodka.
Mickey's Big Mouth, wide mouth, malt liquor.
Okay, Omar, you're going to take this seriously. What would you take?
I am taking it seriously. If I'm going to the woods,
it's definitely some sort of tool because I think a tool is going to be helpful.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what tool would be the best. I was thinking maybe like a pickaxe or a shovel, but I'm going to go with a knife because I think a knife is a good overall utility thing. You could kind of dig a little bit, cut, and I think you could defend yourself and possibly kill some animals.
Interesting.
I have the answer. Magnifying glass.
Why? So you can kill bugs?
So you can do that cool thing with the light.
It's going to be nighttime. dude.
All right, what about
Oh,
you?
Jake's probably Jake. Probably he's an outdoors guy. he probably knows the answer.
By the way,
I think this is where Jake is going to live.
Jake always looks like he just got found. And when they showed
He does.
when they showed the guy yesterday that got found after he was missing for 10
I was
days.
like, oh my God, Jake.
I thought it was a picture of Jake. This is how Jake looks every day, like he just got discovered in the woods.
His look, that's a good look, man.
So what would you take, Jake?
The one thing I would take if I was going to be up all night is like beef jerky, some kind of snack. If you have beef jerky,
A snack?
You're such an idiot.
you're going to be hungry. And if you have beef jerky, hang on.
You don't know if you're going to be there.
If you have beef jerky, the sodium in it helps you not to cramp up. So there you go.
How long before you eat your dog?
I think we die together.
She would eat you so. She would eat you so quick and be so mad
She totally would. She'd love eating your corpse.
that her meal was so smelly.
All right, the number one thing you're supposed to take is you're right, the delicious compass, some form of
Compass, I knew it.
navigation,
I got it
compass,
right.
GPS map, whatever. The second thing is
Point
some kind of
five.
fire starter, some way to start a fire, and then a first aid kit and a knife. Those are the top four. All right, you're lost on the trail. You got no service. What's the best method to use to try and get back to safety? You're trying to orient yourself, get back to your car, whatever it is.
Flares, road flares.
Did you pack those with you?
Nope. But I would have. That's what I say. God, I wish I had flares.
All right, Omar?
So you're, I would guess you're trying to backtrack. So you're trying to kind of center yourself and see if you could spot any footsteps, if anything looks familiar that you
Right.
passed, and then head in that general direction and start yelling help.
Okay, Jake?
What's the question?
Oh my
You're
God.
lost. Well, what's the best method to get back to safety if you're lost and you've lost the trail?
If you can find water, head downstream. If you're getting dark, head towards sunset or the other direction, which way your car was.
All right.
That's what I was
Well, you're all dead.
Oh, great.
You have to.
no.
This is like the number one reason people die is because they don't know how to get back to where they were.
Well, that's all the time we have for this, so we'll give you the answer. All right,
You have
listen.
to create like landmarks, create markers.
Oh,
You gotta
while you're
make
going?
short little trips and track yourself, and then you can go back to your original location. You go farther and farther every day, and you spread out and make like kind of a map of the area yourself.
Oh, who's got that kind of time?
Yeah.
Well, if you're lost in the
That's a
wilderness, you have a
buzzkill.
lot of time.
Yeah, but the whole idea is while you're even doing your little journey, you stop along the way, you tie little ribbons to trees and stuff. So if you have to go back,
No, this
you
is
can-
after you're lost. You're not just doing this on every
I'm
hike.
done. I'm just jumping off the cliff at this point.
There was a story about a woman who died, like, I think it was like 100 meters from the trail because she just did it. She was like, I don't know where I'm going. And she just died because she didn't know how to find the trail again.
Yeah, this woman yesterday found 50 years ago. She disappeared, and they found her, and she was right there with beef jerky in her hand, ready to go.
All right. You see a plane overhead. What are you going to do to get their attention?
Okay, this is easy. You flash the boobies. Everyone knows a good flash. I'm telling you, the value of a flash, Allie, is so powerful. It gets beads, and everyone pays attention to a good flashing. And when they're so far away, they won't realize I'm a man. Now, if you have Jake's got that great rack, that plane could probably land right there just to meet Jake. I'm telling you, flash the boobies.
That'll only work if you're flying the plane, dude.
No, a lot of people
You
would
see
do
some
that.
knockers, you're like, whoa, yeah,
Is that
sweet
Jake's
knockers.
boobies?
I'm telling you, that's the international sign of a good time.
I will say that Klein saying
kinda right, I
flashing
think.
isn't entirely wrong.
Yeah, it's a flashlight.
Omar?
No, you have to get some sort of reflective, a mirror would be perfect,
Yep.
especially if it's daytime and you want to kind of, make a signal, flash
It's that
the,
kind of flash. You got to flash
yeah.
the mirror at them so that they have some kind of a shiny reflective thing happening and they think somebody's down there.
What happens when you're on an airplane and you get the reflection off the wing? What do? You know that big bright reflection that comes in off the wing?
Oh, yeah, that does happen.
you
You
close-
just turn down the blind.
Close the blinds. That's a terrible advice. You're giving bad advice. If I'm flying a plane and all of a sudden someone's flashing me, I go, close the shades. This is really annoying.
Or you have to quickly make a fire and use smoke signals, which I assume you know how to do.
Jesus Christ.
But
That's not gonna work.
if you're going to put like a letter in the, how you can get it to an open space and
Right.
put a big letter.
Sauce.
Sauce.
You spell sauce.
Oh, SOS? No, you're not supposed to do that because
What?
the curves of the hills and the landscape is very similar to the curves that you'll see in an SOS. You're supposed to make a big line. So if you're cool, if you're like fine but you're lost, you do a V. If you're
Just write
incapacitated,
tatas.
Yeah.
if you're
wait a minute.
incapacitated, you do an X.
Yeah, people love taking pictures when it says funny things, like when they
Just draw
show-
a big D.
Yeah, like
and sticks.
people love big D pictures. Those always do so well.
I'm going to use all this jerky to make a giant penis.
The guy died next to a 9-foot dong he made in the streets. All right,
hilarious.
well, I think any of us are not going to survive.
If we have Jake's dog, we can eat the dog. We'll be fine.
Just have the turkey, man.
In Jake's honor, we'll make sure there's plenty of butter, Jake, when we eat your dog.
I know you're thinking, man, those two look funny.
And we agree, and so do our parents.
So we need to get some plastic surgery, and the only way we can afford that is if you listen to our full radio show every day live on KROQ or download the podcast.
Yeah, which is all free, so I don't really know how we're making money on that, because we get paid terribly.
Yeah, it's a really bad situation, which is why she's got on no makeup, and I'm wearing a shirt that I found in Lost and Found.
I am wearing makeup.
You are?
Yes.